All right, so next problem up. First thing we always do, everyone, read that question sentence. What is the percent discount? So that's what we're looking for, everyone. We are looking for the percent discount. So when we set up our formula, percent times original equals result. Let me go ahead and just put it like that. Equals result. I just want to kindly remind you that the percent and the result represent the same thing. They represent the same thing. So everyone, here's the coolest thing about this. That's all you need to know. If you can connect these two to connect to the same idea, your formula is proper and you're good to go. The cool thing is, like I said, is that you are looking for the percent that represents the discount. So I'm going to write that here. I am looking for X, and X represents the discount. So based off of what just left my mouth, everybody, based off of what just came out of my mouth, what does this side here, what does the result need to represent for this to be proper? If the percent represents, what does this have to be then? Yeah, remember they have to represent the same thing, so it has to represent the discount. I will literally copy this and move it over. Remember, they have to represent the same thing. That's, I repeat myself on purpose because it's the most important point. Everything else beyond it doesn't matter if you don't understand that these two things should align, and they do. So with that, everybody, let's plug in the original amount. When we take a look, we have 480 and 312. Which one of those is the original amount from the beginning, the cost in the beginning? Which one is the original? Yeah, it's going to be 480 because a purse originally costs $480. Again, originally in the beginning, before we did anything. So that would be 480 right there. And everybody, what was the result? The resultant cost. What did we pay at the end? We paid $312 at the end. Now, who can tell me what is wrong with plugging in $312 right there? What is the problem with that? Why is that wrong instantly? Yeah, that's wrong because everybody, what did we say we needed to represent here? What did we say needed to be represented on the right side? The discount. We said the discount needs to be there. What is the 312? The 312 is the final price. That is not the same. That is not the same. That is not the same. That is not going to work. Everybody, one more time, one more time, one more time. What should be here? What did we say has to be here for this to work? The discount. And that's a very straightforward question. How do we find a discount? We subtract. We have the original 480. So this is the OG cost in the beginning. We'll subtract the $312. So that's the final price. When we subtract these, we'll get the discount amount. And that's what we'll be able to plug in. So let me remove this. Let's calculate. Let me just go ahead and borrow a 1. 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 1 is 6. 4 minus 3 is 1. So our discount here is $168. That is good. Now we're good to go. The reason, everybody, the reason is the percent and the result both represent the discount. Now we have a good formula. Now we can solve. Let's get to work here. X times 480 is going to be 480 times X equals 168. My party people, what is the operation and by what number that we're going to do to both sides? Yeah, we're going to divide both sides by 480. We're going to divide both sides by 480 to get the X by itself. So booyah, we're good. We'll cancel the 480 out on the left side, and we'll do a little bit of long division here. 480 into 168. And here's the problem, or here's the thing, everyone. You can expect this to end up being a number less than 1. I mean, take a look here. 168 is smaller than 480. So you will get a number smaller than 1. And that's only because you're solving for a percentage. This is not actually going to be in percent form. This is going to be in decimal form. And then we can turn it back to a percent once we're done. So just letting you know exactly what we can expect. So I'll plug a 0 in here and here. Because again, 480 doesn't go into 1 or 16 or 168, but it does go into 1,680. So the number that we'll use will be 3. If I use 4, I think we'll go too far, so I'll do 3. So here we have 480 multiplied by 3. 0 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. So 3 is the first number that I'll use, and I'll subtract 1,440, giving us a leftover here of 240. So once we're there, my party people, we'll drop that 0, and we'll ask ourselves, how many times does 480 go into 2,400? And that's going to be 5. Mental math will help you see that much faster, and I can prove it to you right over here. When you multiply by 5, it's like multiplying by 10, and then cutting in half. 4,800 cut in half is 2,400, so that's how I know. But we can go ahead and do this. 0 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 4 is 24. There's your proof. So there's why 5 goes. Clean division. And there we go. Our x is equal to 0.35. And remember, that's in decimal form. Everybody, we're going to move the decimal place twice. To what direction? What direction to turn it back into a percentage? Yeah, we're going to move it twice to the right. So that's going to look like this. 1, 2 to the right. And that's going to equal 35%. And that's why, everybody, the correct final answer is answer choice A. 35%. And there we go. Up next, we have which expression is equivalent to x to the power of 16 multiplied by x cubed raised to the power of 8. So this is going to be, for sure, a little bit awkward, but this is a problem that we can definitely get through. Just remember to take it one step at a time. So we have x to the power of 16. That's just going to stay there idling until we get done with this right here. Now, everyone, when we have a power to a power, so a power of a power, what do we do with those exponents? Correct. We are going to multiply. Yep, 3 multiplied by 8, that's going to be 24. So we have x to the power of 16 multiplied by x to the power of 24. And from here, we'll apply the product of powers law, where basically if you're multiplying powers, if they have the same base, add those exponents. 16 plus 24, that's going to be 40. So our final answer is x to the power of 40, which is answer choice A.